Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In my last Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video, as you know, I was playing as Hercule and just kind of goofing off and stuff, but I really got thrashed. Now, I don't know if that's simply because of Hercule's own personal strength level, or if I'm just that rusty because I haven't played a lot recently, so I'm a little behind. But anyway, in this particular video, you know, I really got tired of, you know, seeing how much crap Hercule has to go through, because he's not really as weak of a character as people think he is. In fact, he gets a lot more flack than he probably should. In the old Dragon Ball, in the old Dragon Ball Z games, like Budokai, Budokai 2, games like that, Hercule actually had a fair amount of power. In the original Dragon Ball Budokai, you had to beat the Cell games as Hercule in order to 100% the game. And as difficult as a task as that was, it really was not impossible. It was actually kind of interesting because I managed to do it. He also had some of the most complex combos in the entire game. And I really wanted to showcase Hercule's potential today in a video. So I want to test to see just how good Hercule can be if you actually know what you're doing. So I figured I would do a few of these, and I also wanted to do a 7 times Hercule Satan saved the day video. So while I'm doing these fights, I'm also going to be telling you about times that Hercule was actually useful in the series. As far as that goes, you know, I intend to do all of that anyway, but you know, there's something I would like to bring up first. Recently I've been watching, sorry for all the stopping, but I'm trying to catch my thought process and control this at the same time. So basically, I've been watching a lot of Team 4 Star's abridged series, and I had noticed a few things in the comments of people talking about how great Team 4 Star is and all that. But in the comments of these videos, there are people who are complaining that the new episode 60 Cell Fight set isn't really a parody or anything like that. It's way too close to home, and they've lost apparently their edge to be funny and all that, yada yada yada. Well, I wanted to cover what it means to actually be an abridgment. The official definition of abridgment is to shorten content, to remove basically unnecessary things that just extend the time of how long it takes to tell the story. So basically you're just removing things that are no longer important in order to focus on a main topic. And the point I'm making here is an abridgment sticks to the main storyline. It doesn't make huge alterations, it just condenses the story. So basically it's like cutting filler out, which is, Dragon Ball Kai is the official abridgment of Dragon Ball Z. DBZ Abridged is not an official abridgment, it's a parody. But because they're using abridged in their name, they want to stay true to the main storyline. So what they're doing is they are actually moving closer to being an abridgment than a parody. Their story is evolving, is what I'm trying to say. It's not the same as it was before.
Whatever you do, don't fight for real!
So that's kind of what I wanted to say. They're not an actual abridgment in the sense of an abridgment. They are an abridgment parody. So it switches back and forth from being funny to true to the story over the course of the entire story. And you can't really ridicule them for that. because they're trying to stay true to both the original story and pay homage to, Akira Toriyama's work, but at the same time they're trying to make it funny and fresh and enjoyable, and that's a really difficult task, so you can't really fault them for that. Anyway, back to the content I was doing. So, because people think Hercule is the weakest character in the series, I'm actually hoping to prove today that he's not. I attempted to do this the other day, but the video that I recorded did not save. So I'm having to re-record and hopefully get better content this time, because I was rusty the other day and the fights did not go quite as smoothly as I'd like them to. Anyway, while we are doing this combat and showcasing Hercule's actual potential, I'm going to tell you 7 times that Hercule Satan saved the day. This is in the series, of course, so let's get started. Okay. Our first time is in the Cell Saga. Hercule gave hope to the people of Earth. He basically prevented, when he came out pulling all of those... passenger buses and ripped the phone books, and he showed his massive amount of strength that he had compared to other people. He really gave the people hope, which prevented a lot more looting and pillaging and crime than, you would think. Oh, it's a bad start. One of the things I noticed about Hercule is he has this really long combo punch, which is kind of overpowered. Unfortunately, when you use it, when you use this combo punch, it wears him out. His punches literally tire him, so there's a lag between the attacks and the ability to dodge. Or sometimes that's not the case, but let's... So we know Hercule, even in base form, with no power boost, is strong enough to kill a Cyberman. So that's a good bonus. Next we're gonna step up to a stronger level of Cyberman. So we're gonna go back here, and I'm gonna reselect my Hercule.
Whatever you do, don't fight for real.
Cyberman. And we're gonna go with the Tenement. Hercule's major big flaw is not in his attacks, it's in the fact that he can't teleport out of the way of an attack. So we're gonna deal with that. By also fighting with characters that, basically do not teleport all that much. They don't have enough stamina for it. So that's what we're gonna do. I am not fighting Krillin with Hercule. Krillin's the one who beat me the last time so badly, and that's because he is so fast that Hercule just does not have time, because of his speed, to really block these attacks. Alright, so, Hercule's second time that he saved the day was during the Bojack movie, Bojack Unbound. Gohan was basically, tied up in these strings that suck away energy for some reason. It was a really ridiculous plotline. But he refused to go to the until later on. I found that extremely annoying. But, so we won that one by pure, just luck. Because Hercule's got way more health than a Cyberman does. I was not expecting him to blow himself up. But yeah, as you can see, he's pretty powerful. We're gonna fight Gildo. I fought Gildo last time, but he had just had so much health that I could not get him beaten down to the point where I could actually get him finished off.
Whatever you do, don't fight for real.
Doesn't take that long. I mean, obviously I was clearly winning, but the timer just doesn't last long enough for that. So basically what happened is Gohan was being drained of his energy, and he just couldn't really do anything about it because everyone else was down and he was being sapped. His Super Saiyan power was off. These strings were apparently very tough, and Hercule's little rocket cart Hercule's rocket cart came crashing down through the ceiling and broke out the strings, freeing Gohan, who, in turn, and by extension, he saved the entire planet, because he freed Gohan. So, I'm probably going to lose to Gildo this time, because... Okay, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to limit burst right here. Okay. So, basically, he saved Gohan from that, and by extension the Earth. And our third time is during the Buu saga, when he defended Majin Buu, because Majin Buu was off destroying entire cities. He defended Buu, and basically stopped his rampage. That Buu was destroying everything, and Hercule just wasted them. Like, not by, like, destructive power, he just destroyed the kind of creature that Majin Buu originally was. Because he was a destructive tyrant. You know, he was pure evil at one point. And even in that case, like... No, I won't go out. Okay, I'm dead. Anyway, you know, by befriending Buu, he changed who he was. He defeated Buu. He killed him with kindness. Okay, so I lost to Gildo here, which was not unexpected. I lost to him the last time as well. But, okay. So we're gonna try something a little bit different. Since I lost to Gildo, since I obviously can't beat him, I'm going to step in and...
Whatever you do, don't fight for real!
Let's see. Okay, the next time he, I think that's number, like, 4 or something like that, probably number 4. Also during the Buu saga, Hercule battled Kid Buu to protect Majin Buu, and he basically bought Majin Buu time to, you know, recover, and gave Goku a little more time to build up the Spirit Bomb, and, you know, just all in all, really saved the day in that one, because he bought enough time and distracted Buu for long enough to get things back to the way they should have been. So, you know, that went down. The very next time Hercule saved the day was also in the Buu saga. So this is like number 6, I think. No, actually this is number 5. Where's the... There it is. We're gonna go to Spring Kai's World because this is where the fight took place. So number 5 is, Hercule convinced the people of Earth to share their power. As humanity's hero, he was able to convince them to lend their power
Come
to the
over
Spirit
here!
Bomb.
Fight, will ya?
When
Or
Vegeta
are you
took-
afraid of the great Hercule? You whip!
Yeah, this one's gonna go fast. Yep, he's just gonna keep grabbing it. Okay, so he convinced the people to share their energy to build the Spirit Bomb. And we're not going to do this. I'm using an item. If I can actually get away from the rock after this. Because Hercule lasted longer than this in the show. Okay. I don't know how I did so well against Boo last time. Like, I think practicing it a little bit. So, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and do this. I can help you anytime now. I refuse to lose Majin Buu without at least taking a hit on the yellow. So he did learn, helped Goku build up the Spirit Bomb. And then right after that, our next time we'll be on Saves the Day, where he literally runs in, takes Vegeta out, and carries him to safety, keeping him from being, like, completely wiped out by Goku's Spirit Bomb, so Goku can throw it uninhibited without worrying about killing his, best buddy. Okay, this time Boo's guarding a lot more than he was before. Hercule doesn't really have anything to work with, except for... I can't possibly dodge that. Okay. So he actually saves Vegeta's life. Oh, I put up much better of a show than the last one. I'm gonna do this fight I'm gonna do this over again, because this is not how this went the last time.
Let's take a break. Then I'll fight you for real.
Yeah, let's take a break, then I'll fight you for real. Okay, so my number 7 in this particular case actually takes place in GT, where Hercule actually inspires Goku and earns his title as the hero of Earth. Goku literally states that he has finally become the hero that everyone's always thought he was, because he stood up to Baby with no fear at all, because Baby attacked his granddaughter Pan, and he was ready to fight a great ape for no reason
Come over
other
here,
than the
fight,
fact
will
that
ya? Or are you too afraid of the great
Baby was
You whip!
Baby had that tough hand, and she was unconscious, and of course Hercule thought she had been completely disintegrated, but he had attacked Pan, and Hercule was about to go completely wild on Baby. Okay, teleportation really sucks. Move. There we go. Okay. Let's go first. Oh yeah, I'm doing a lot better this time. Okay, let's heal. If I can do that before he beats me down again. That sucks. So basically, Hercule stands up to him with absolutely no fear. And in Goku's mind, this is the act of becoming free. It's taking an opponent way beyond him. With no fear, no hesitation, absolute, just destructive rage. And in Goku's mind, he becomes a hero. So, by Goku standards, Hercule finally became who he said he was all along. There's another fun fact about Hercule that I wanted to mention. It's not part of the actual 7 things. 7 times Hercule saved the day. But basically, this last thing Hercule and I 7 minutes, like 34 seconds left to win. Lay down, boy. Oh, can I survive at least until the timer runs out? Nope. But that's okay. Because I got him down as far as I've ever gotten him before. So, as you can see, Hercule's not completely useless. I mean, he actually does have some potential. Let me flip over to my notes here. Okay. So, something we noticed in GT that I believe, you know, because of Super, pretty much all official Dragon Ball created anything is considered canon now. The movies, GT. A lot of people don't really see it as that, but Super created a multiverse theory, like not just multiple, you know, universes, but multiple timelines and dimensions. Because when Trunks went to the past, he created an alternate reality. And because of this, we believe, at least some of us do, that GT and the movies are all a separate, you know, reality from the main storyline. They're still canon, they're just not official, because they're not the ones that was chosen to be focused on. So that's my argument here, is that they're canon, but unofficially canon. So basically, the entire thing here is, in GT, Hercule had a large amount of character growth, including at one point, before he actually stood up to Baby.
People of Conton City, have you been to the
And this is a really interesting fact.
There you can enjoy exclusive
I
video
believe that
battles using the
Hercule is
state-of-the-art
the only
simulator.
non-trained human
You've got all
who has
kinds of
developed the
hero
ability
figures
to
at your
build sense
disposal,
power
and you can
levels.
use and combine them in any way you
And the
see
reason
fit.
for this is
The number of
because
combinations
he actually
mix and match figures to create your
comments to
own
Goku
ultimate team.
when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan 4. His entire line there is, you know, I did notice how much stronger good old Goku's become. You know, and his entire comment there is that he noticed how much stronger Goku became when he transformed. And I believe this is because Hercule, after spending all this time with the other Z fighters, developed, without letting anyone know or even realizing what it was himself, developed the ability to sense power, just like everyone else can, just like Vegeta did. And because of that, no, I don't want to fight right now, buddy. Because of that, he's evolving and getting stronger, and I believe that if he were to use the Dragon Balls to wish himself young again, he could potentially be as strong, if not stronger, than Krillin, Tien, you know, all the other Earthlings in that series who fought in the Tournament of Power. He has that ability. He could do that. Because at the end of GT, he was showing promise. He even as an untrained character, he could still sense how powerful Goku had become. And that, in and of itself, is basically my entire argument, that Hercule is not useless. Even if he's clueless, even if he's a gag character, even if he's only meant to be there to show just how much stronger everyone else has gotten. Even in all those cases, Hercule is not the weakest character in the series. If anything, he has more heart than most of the other characters. And he uses his strength. Yes, he's a coward sometimes, but he uses his strength to fight for the right reasons. He protects those he cares about. He defends his people. Yes, he's afraid. Yes, he's terrified he's going to get killed. But in GT, we actually see Hercule change this personality type. He becomes who he always wanted to be. And that is my entire argument here. That's what I was trying to show you. Even in this game, where Hercule is shown to be the weakest character, often. The one who gets pummeled to death. And do you know why? Because his character design is meant to be support. He is a support character. He's meant to draw the enemy to him. That's his power. He takes the heat off of other people. In the show, in the game, in everything. That's his ability. And because of that, I believe that Hercule is one of the strongest characters in the game, in the series, one of the most valuable. Because without Hercule, the world would have been wiped out more times than it has. Without Hercule, Goku wouldn't have been able to finish off Buu. Without Hercule, Gohan couldn't have taken out Bojack. Without Hercule, the original Majin Buu would have continued to destroy the world over and over. Just kept destroying towns and countries and eventually moved on to other planets because he's basically indestructible. Hercule, who in one of the older Dragon Ball games became friends with Broly and changed who he is. Of course, not many people know about that game, but Hercule changed Broly. Hercule changed Buu. Hercule is the biggest character in the series. He's the most flashy, and if it wasn't for him, Pan would have never been born, which would have altered the entire timeline of Super and GT. Not to mention the fact that, above all else, it's Hercule who takes care of the family the most. Hercule's the one who gave Goku money. Hercule's the one who watches out for everyone and gives people hope. I don't know why the other characters don't want to be known, but Hercule is the most useful character in the series because he's the most... He has the ability to have the most character growth of anybody. And despite that, he continues to be who he is. He trains himself diligently to be as strong as he is now. But for a character who does not use ki, he can sense ki, but he doesn't use it. And the ability to stand up to the enemies he stands up to without that power honestly makes him the biggest character in the series. And I would love to see some growth from him. Any growth from him. If they saw fit in Super to give him a wish to make him on par with the other characters. If they saw fit to at least allow him to train to use those same powers that they do, to get that kind of growth, to become stronger, I would love it. Because as far as it goes, next to Vegeta, Hercule's my favorite character. And when it comes right down to being a hero, Goku's got nothing on him. I mean, that's all I can say. Goku